In his life and in his work, the Spanish playwright Pedro Calderon de la Barca brought together the magnificence, the horror, and the inherent contradictions of the Spanish Golden Age. Although he lived to be 81, by the age of 40 he had already written the plays that would make him a major figure of world theatre. Among them were The Mayor of Zalamea and his masterpiece, La Vida es Sueño. His extensive body of theatrical work is rife with contradictions and complexities. His style is diverse in its tones, revealing multiple and profound meanings, and maintains an aura of vigor and excitement to this day.
And I too dream and behold. I dream I am bound with chains. And I dream that these present pains were fortunate ways of old. What is life? A tale that is told. What is life? A frenzy extreme, a shadow of things that seem. And the greatest good is but small, that all life is a dream to all, and that dreams themselves are a dream.
Pedro Calderon de la Barca was born in Madrid on January 17, 1600. Despite his mother's early death and his father's stern authoritarian attitude, young Pedro had a happy childhood with his two brothers, Diego and José. At the age of 9, he entered the Imperial School of the Jesuits, where he studied humanities and became familiar with the Latin classics. 5 years later, he entered the University of Alcalá to continue his education. Upon the death of his father, he moved to Salamanca to study canons and law in order to become a priest. But in 1620, he decided to abandon school and his pursuit of the priesthood. He became fascinated by the new comedy that was flourishing in Madrid at the time, and soon found himself taking the first tentative steps on his literary journey. In 1621, Philip IV was crowned King of Spain under the patronage of the Count Duke of Olivares. It was the beginning of a new age in which Spain would be a European power to be reckoned with. This period of political aggressiveness corresponded with the artistic success of Calderon de la Barca. In 1623, with the Prince of Wales' visit to Madrid, Calderon presented Love, Honor and Power, his first successful play, at the Royal Palace. Calderon came to adopt the aesthetics of Lope de Vega, the great architect of Spanish theatre. He eschewed classical concepts, held imaginative discourse in high regard, and he was willing to take on any subject and examine it through the prism of Spanish folklore. He discounted anachronisms and foreign scenes in favor of a theatre that was quintessentially Spanish. In his quest for authenticity, Calderon would provide the theatre with a new, highly poetic style, one in which ideology supersedes action, where the characters drift away from reality and acquire another, highly symbolic existence.
O cruel heaven, I have the right to know why I am treated so. Have I somehow offended you in being born? Though it is true, Man's greatest crime is to be born.
In 1629, Calderon presented The Constant Prince, an example of another strong theme of his drama, lyrical presence, a blend of poetry and dramatic action. That same year, Calderon wrote the comedies The Phantom Lady and A House with Two Doors is Difficult to Guard. In these witty plays, rife with coincidences that strain belief, the theater becomes a sort of comic game. However, these comedies contained astute observations of the customs, ideas, feelings, and standards of Calderon's time.
Oh, fortune! What must I do in such a situation? The man who dishonors me also spares my life. I must find a way, one way or the other, to do the right thing.
Respect and jealousy are recurrent themes throughout Calderon's work. In his comedies, there is often a single woman who remains under the care of her parents and brothers, who tend to come up with exaggerated and often ruthless solutions to everyday problems. In the end, however, a marriage typically paves the way to a happy ending. By contrast, in his tragedies, Calderon often sets the conflict around a married woman, with an outcome that is inevitably heartbreaking. Honor is one of the most important subjects in Calderon's work. Lope de Vega defined the formulas of the Spanish dramatic canon and turned honor, with all its conventions, into a theatrical theme. But it was Calderon who took this theme to the next level.
Your Majesty, all men who are engaged in some profession place a sign above their door which tells their trade. My trade is honor, and my mark, as its practitioner, a sign imprinted on my door in blood. A man must sometimes cleanse his hands with blood in order to protect his honor.
With the help of his patron, Philip IV, Calderon began to write and direct for the court. From this point on, his fame would continue to grow to the end of his days. In 1634, he wrote the philosophical drama La Vida es Sueño, a play that is considered by many to be the most important of his works.
"'Tis true. Let us then do away with such a harsh condition, such rage, such ambition. For in this unique world, dream we may that to live is just to dream. And my experience does seem to say that man lives to dream what he is till waking to the light of day."
For all of its philosophical weightiness, the dominant theme of La Vida es Sueño is a profound sense of pessimism grounded in the vanity and frailty of all that is human. This sensibility, expressed in the title Life is a Dream, is sustained throughout the play. Yet, at the same time, this work affirms the reality of free will, laying the responsibility for the characters' woes squarely at their own feet. In 1636, Calderon presented another important work, The Mayor of Zalamea, based on a drama of the same name by Lope de Vega.